God, each of you should know how to possess his own vessel in sanctification and honor, not in lustful passion, like the Gentiles who do not know God. What's he saying? He's saying, if you yield to a life driven by lustful passion, you act like you don't know God.
Your attitude to sin is going to be the most important thing that's going to matter when you stand before the Lord. Let me tell you that. That everyone that names the name of Christ depart from sin.
You've heard me speak about internet pornography a number of times. It's a man who's losing his love for God who clicks on some site to watch internet pornography. That's one of the clearest evidences that his love for God is going down. Because iniquity shall abound. There's plenty of iniquity on the internet. The love of many will grow cold. Is that happening to you?
30% of internet pornography is viewed by women.
It'll feel so good. And that's the lie. It's a half-truth because sin does feel good. And some of you may be sitting there right now saying, frankly, I would rather be there than here. But I'll tell you, and your own conscience bears witness, you don't need anything more than your conscience. Yes, it feels good, short term. And then comes the remorse, then comes the misery, then comes the guilt, then comes the shattered family, then comes the ruined career, then comes the late night grieving, and then, in the end, if you haven't learned to fight at all, then comes hell. Which is why Hebrews 11:25 talks about the fleeting pleasures of sin. Sure, they're pleasures. Nobody's arguing that. Go do your thing if you want to, but it's going to fly away. Guilt and pain are gifts of God to warn us that the pleasures of sin are suicidal.
Satan shows you the bait. He doesn't show you the hook. Do this. You need it. You want it. You'll feel good if you do it. There is some truth to it. The problem is sin doesn't satisfy.
And when I see all this happening and increasing, I know the coming of the Lord is near. It's near. And I want to keep my flask full of oil. The number of believers who have been deceived by the devil in this area is absolutely amazing.
And then made desires of deceit. And the way they succeed is by deceiving us, lying to us. Just lying to you. That just punch that little mouse button and get that nude up on the screen, or whatever your besetting sin may be. It's a lie. Your own conscience tells you it's a lie.
Sin does not satisfy.
Be killing sin, or it will be killing you. The evidence of being born of God is that you make war on your sin.
The amazing thing is that there may be a temporary thrill, but soon enough, the hole is bigger than it was before. Soon enough, the desire is greater than it was before. Let's say that you were playing some sport outside. It's hot out. It's miserably oppressive. You're desperately thirsty. Someone says, hey, drink this. Boy, it looks good. Just the bottle that it's in looks good, and it looks chilled and everything. And you drink it, and for a moment, it gives you this incredible feeling. But 2 minutes later, it creates an unbelievable thirst far beyond what you had before. Would you drink it? If it didn't actually quench the thirst, after 1 or 2 times, you would do it. You'd remember, I'm not going to touch this because if I do, it's going to make things worse than before. And that leads me to the second principle, which is this. sin leads to more sin.
Unthought lust will destroy the soul.
We do not resist sin with a brilliant philosophical argument about the destructive nature of sin. We resist sin with hard, cold facts.
If you are duped by their lie that this little short-term pleasure is worth it all, then you're ignorant. And a sermon, or let's just say a text like this, is intended to fix that. Ignorance kills. So sin takes over the desires, makes liars out of them. They promise satisfaction and happiness, and they deliver cheap, fleeting, shallow stimulation that leaves us less content, less peaceful, less hopeful, more guilty, more restless, more discouraged, more enslaved. Learn this so that you can defeat the lie in the moment with truth. Learn this.